Yeah, good morning student. Welcome back to the business study class, and today we continue with our chapter 5, that is organizing. Yeah, so organizing means putting the things at the right place and to get the maximum result from that. So this is the fifth number chapter, and in the fourth we studied about the planning. Planning means deciding in advance what to do. Now how these objectives are going to be achieved, we are going to discuss in this chapter. So once the plan has been laid down and objective is specified therein, the next step is to organize the resources. Organize the resources in such a way so as to get the maximum result and to attain the objective of an enterprise with which you have done the planning. A critical issue to accomplish the goals specified in the planning process is structuring the work of an organization to adapt to the dynamic business organization. Is to instruct such type of the structure so that your planning may go in the dynamic environment. Why it is called dynamic? Because it is continuously changing. So many outside factors are there which are continuously working against you. So it's very necessary that you should have dynamic planning in a dynamic environment. The activities of an enterprise must be organized in such a manner that plan can be successful implemented. Clear? Planning is not the problem. So many plans, different types of the business in their mind. But actually the biggest question is how to organize those plans. Clear? So for planning to be fruitful, a number of considerations like resources that will be needed, optimum utilization of the same, translation of the work into attainable tasks, empowering the workforce to accomplish these tasks need to be understood and to be dealt with properly. So the planning, as the planning needs careful consideration, same is the case with the organizing. Clear? If you have taken a very good planning, but if your organization is weak, it is very difficult to attain the desired objective. Clear? So management function of the organizing ensure that the efforts are directed toward the attainments of the goal laid down in the planning. So what organizing says that by organizing the things into a meaningful manner, we are able to attain the plans or the things which we have dreamt while doing the planning. In such a manner that the resources are used optimally and people are able to work collectively. The organizing function leads to the creation of an organization structure which includes the designing of the role. It includes the designing of the role to be performed by the elected people, and at the same time interrelationship between their role and the whole human workforce is well coordinated. If there is no coordination, no meaningful work is possible. Clear? Now take a look at the meaning, how this organization has been taken place, or how organizing things work. Meaning, so the literal meaning is to collect the things. The best example is your school exhibition, clear, or a school fair. Clear? What happens in that school fair? Different types of the committees have been designed or set up. What committees do? Committees work. First of all, what we have to do is to select the members of that committee. Clear? So some of them get agree in those committee and some of them want to change their committee. Okay, according to their wish, put them in the same committee in which they want to participate. Clear? Now after the deciding of the committees for purchase, for distribution of the goods, for collection of the other things, settle up of the tents and other things, and lighting, music, different types of the purchasing is required. Clear? All that thing is to be done in meaningful. The same thing happens in the business. You have to put your resources into the meaningful manner. And these all activities are being taken under the supervision of an official. So who is going to supervise your committees? Your teachers or senior teachers are going to supervise your committee and you will work under them. The same thing happens in the business when the events are organizing. Coordinating relationship are established among the business group to enable smooth interaction and clarity about each group's contribution towards the event. All the activities are part of organizing function. Clear? Now organizing essentially implies, clear? Now what are the result which we can draw from the meaning? First, coordinates human effort. Clear? It coordinates the human efforts. Clear? Second, assemble resources. Now meaning of assemble resources or assembling resources is that what you are doing in your school page. Clear? What you will suggest that I know to this person. Your another friend say I know this person. This person will supply me this thing at the cheapest rate. Clear? So this is called how to assemble the resources. The thing which you are doing at the lower level in business, it has been done at the bigger level. And integrate the resources. Integrate means to collect the resources at one place, both into unified whole to be utilized for achieving the specified objective. It can also be defined as a process that initiates implementation of plans by clarifying jobs and working relationship and effectively deploying resources for attainment of identified and desired goals. Clear? Now, as the meaning is clear, we will proceed toward the steps in the process of organizing. Steps in the process of organizing. So organizing involves a series of steps that organizing involves a series of the steps and that need to be followed in order to fulfill the organizational objective or in order to attain the desired goal. So we have to understand that how organizing is carrying out with the help of an example. Clear? So the following steps are: first is identification and division of work. Identification and division of work. This is the first step in the process of organizing. Involves identifying and dividing the work that has to be done in accordance with the previously planned things. Clear? Once you have designed the plan, you have appointed the staff and you have identified the work. Now, when you have identified the work, you have to divide the work into the smaller parts. For example, you have decided to conduct a school page. Now, the biggest task has been done. Now, what is the small task? It's the division of the work among the student in order to attain the desired objective. The work is divided into manageable activities so that duplication can be avoided and the burden of work can be shared among the employees. So that one shall not be remain overburdened and another shall not be remain idle. So, in order to make a balance between these two things, it is very necessary to identify and divide the work. Second step is departmentalization. Now, in bigger organizations, several departments are being created. Their main work is to do the desired task. Clear? For example, purchase department. Clear? Now, the major work of the purchase department is to do the purchase of raw material. Sales. The main part of the sales is to do the sales of the product which has been produced by the purchase department. Clear? Production department. Its main work is to convert the raw material into the finished goods. Clear? Then packaging, marketing, and customer care. So there are several departments in an organization and which has to be work separately and nobody has to do with the another department. Clear? But they all are being supervised by one senior and they all are well coordinated. Clear? So this is called the departmentalization. Clear? Afterward, see the third function, that is called assignment of duties. It is necessary to define the work of different job position and accordingly allocate work to various employees. Once department have been formed, each of them is placed under the charge of an individual jobs and are then allocated to the members of each department according to their skill and competencies. Yeah. Now once the department has been created, now it's the time to assign the duties. Clear? Some are good in marketing, so they are given the marketing goods. Some are good in selling. Some are good in collection part, purchase of the raw materials. So according to the skill and education of an employee, duties are being assigned to the particular person. Clear? It is essential for effective performance that a proper match is made between the nature of a job and the ability of an individual. The work must be assigned to those who are best fitted to perform it well. And in the last is establishing reporting relationship. Now, merely allocating work is not enough. Each individual should also know from whom he take the order. Means assignment of the duties is not sufficient. The person appointed under the step 3rd should know that from which person he is going to accept the order, and if any problem comes, then he is going to report to whom. So, reporting relationship is very necessary. The establishment of such clear relation helps to create a hierarchical structure and helps in coordination among the various departments. For example, if you are buying a raw material, then you have to inform the same thing to your production department that raw material has been procured and there is no need to be worried for the production process. Similarly, if after manufacturing the product, sales marketing is feeling any problem, he will immediately inform to the purchase department or to the production department that this problem is coming, packaging is not good, it is leaking, or there is any adulteration in items, so that batch should be particularly be removed from the marketing process. So it is very necessary to establish the reporting relationship in order to have a better coordination amongst these departments. I hope this thing is clear to you. Thank you.